Welcome to the artwork of CP, everyone. The reason why I'm semi whispering is because um, my partner in crime is not in her normal spot. She's actually on vacation doing this, believe it or not, although she comes home tomorrow. So I give her great honor for getting up and doing this. And she is 1 hour behind. I almost said 1 hour ahead. Behind me.
Um,
Well, you're you're 1 hour ahead.
yeah.
Okay, so no. And so why are we doing this at these early hours? But yes, but I will be back later for starts with CP. Anyway, we're going to do the artwork of CP today, and one of the things we're going to talk about where we want to be in arts. Danielle will be in the 30s. I will be in my 40s. So I'm going to let the early bird, earlier than I, take it away, and then I'll go after she finishes.
Ma, la, ha, hey, bi, ha, ma, a, u, pa, a, wa, bi, e, la, wa, a, e, a, a, sorry.
So I know the plan was to go. Um, I know one of the things that you said to me um, was you wanted to go back to the original place, which is Ireland, by the way, when you were in your 30s. And we don't know if that's happening because of this loss, because of COVID-19 in general, and because of this loss. We don't know when this pandemic will be over and when we will be able to travel again without masks, which quite frankly makes me sad because I am, as you guys know, I'm almost finished with journalism school and getting my bachelor's degree in journalism school. Then I have a couple places to go back and get my MFA in creative writing or journalism, either one. Um, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to travel out to Arizona or San Diego because of the coronavirus. Now, as I told you guys, I will be, and the running joke is, and I've told people, and it's, I will be in a doctor's office lining up for the coronavirus shot with my suitcase behind me. I am so itching to get out of here. People know that, and people want to respect that. But the plan is to go with a mask on an airplane out to either San Diego or Arizona. Now, um, it's not going to be if. When I get diagnosed with asthma, um, I will definitely be at a lower altitude um, in the next couple months here because, as you guys know, I'm in the midst of going through monkey business about selling my house and selling the house I will be in, I have grown up in. And now I will be moving to a lower altitude, which will make it easier for me to please. And then I have a huge, huge announcement coming in the next couple weeks that will basically knock you guys off your chairs because you thought I was moving in one direction. Well, it turns out I'm moving in two directions. And now I just have to plan the second and um, final something. But right now I am concentrating on not only moving but concentrating very, very, very hard on being a full-time podcaster and also getting my journalism degree. And I apologize for the coffee attack. The reason why you guys haven't heard the coffee attack is because I have been on asthma medication once in the morning and once in the evening for since I got semi-diagnosed with asthma. Now, me being me and me being dumb, I I forgot to call. I called them yesterday, but I forgot to call them earlier when I was actually running out of asthma medication. So it went down to zero on my asthma medication, and so I had to call my pharmacy yesterday, and it's like, okay, Lud, you learn something every day. You don't call the pharmacy when the thing goes down to zero. So I apologize for the coughing attack, but yes, the coughing attack is basically asthma related. I mean, it's not COVID related. Last time I checked, and I feel perfectly fine. And if I had COVID, I would know. And then it's not anything else lung related. So, as I said, if I come on here and state I am my mother's daughter, um, when we get the official diagnosis of asthma, and my doctor is telling me to stay on asthma medication until we get the official diagnosis. So that is why one of the reasons why I'm in the midst of doing a lot of moving parts right now because I, number one, want to keep myself healthy. And when my dad was actually diagnosed, well, not diagnosed, he had inkling in Aspen Valley Hospital. I knew what his diagnosis was. I just didn't want to blurt it out to the world. But I knew what his diagnosis was. And basically, let's put it this way. I would have been out of Colorado had he made it. Had he made it, because when you have lung issues like Danielle and I do, and um, like a lot of the people do, asthma is quite common and cerebral palsy is quite common. But when you have lung issues, the lower the altitude you move to, the better off you are going to be. And now it's different for all asthmatics. Um, my grandfather, who died in the 60s of asthma, um, felt better in the heat and humidity. And my mom, on the other hand, felt better in the dry and the cold. I don't know why. Um, and asthma is genetic. So I am 99% positive I have asthma because the asthma medication has been helping me, and I still have an inhaler sitting on my desk for those severe wheezing asthma coughing attacks. But as I told the doctor yesterday, um, I don't necessarily need the inhaler because I haven't had those. But to get back to where I want to be, I want to be healthier than I want to be healthier with asthma than I am with BP. And now that may sound strange to you guys. And you're like healthier with asthma than you are with CP. You're pretty healthy with CP. And Danielle's amazingly healthy with CP too. And we're not sickly in least. And so I want to be mindful of my lungs and I want to be mindful of my CP. So I want in my 40s, I want to be happy and healthy and stable in all senses of the word. Stable work wise, stable financially, stable health wise. And so and I want to have the capabilities to travel and like Danielle. So
Me too.
yeah. I know you do. The moment I mentioned travel, I'm like, I knew I got a Me Too out of you because, and we're not talking about the Me Too movement. We're talking about traveling, you guys. And so, and today, well, tomorrow, as you guys hear this episode, actually, we may put it out as a bonus on World Mental Health Day, and I want to be healthy mentally too. So, today is World Mental Health Day. And yes, for my, speaking of my mommy, for my Canadian listeners, happy Thanksgiving. You may think I'm crazy when I say happy Thanksgiving, but yeah, it's Canadian Thanksgiving on Monday. So for my Canadian listeners, happy Thanksgiving. So as you prepare the pumpkin pies and as you do all that um, for Thanksgiving, just know you're loved and we thank you for listening to this podcast. But in my 40s, I want to be healthy in all sense of the one. I want to keep going with CP and surprise during this pandemic. Um, I didn't lose as much CP weakness as I thought. Now I am going back to the gym on Wednesday. They fit me in, and then I am going to start a gym routine. on Wednesday, so this ought to be fun. And then after the after the gym, I am going to go get a flu shot. I did not get one last year due to I was out of education and I didn't want to get one. And I will, this will be the only year I will get a flu shot just because of everything that's going on. And I am so sick of getting flu shots. I had to get flu shots for 13 years, and because I was in education. Last year, I got away with it because I wasn't in education. Last year, I got away with it just because I was in education minimally. But this year, I'm going to get a flu shot just because of everything that's going on. And so I feel like I want to travel. I want to take care of my health and I want to take care of my sanity in my 40s. And I want to take care of mental health. And now, what I'm going to say about mental health is I'm a big believer in talking it out to a family member, talking it out to a counselor. I am now seeing a counselor once a week, and yes, you guys know that. And so I am a big believer in mental health. I'm also a big believer in mental health awareness because the stigma of, oh, Lynn and Danielle are perfectly fine has got to stop. Lynn and Danielle may be perfectly fine, but it's always helpful to see someone and talk to either your mom, dad, the grown, which I don't care. Um, when you are in those sticky situations, because right now we are sitting in so uncertain times, and of course we don't know when all this monkey business is going to be over. And I have decided to make another huge announcement on Thanksgiving, which a lot of you don't know about, but I have decided to do another huge announcement on Thanksgiving. So we have two huge announcements coming up out of my mouth, and I'm going to put these things out to the universe. Need to work need to work on one and then need to work on the other, but the one comes before the other. And so I will be making those announcements slowly but surely, and you guys will be shocked. And Danielle doesn't even know those two announcements, and so Danielle's gonna be a little bit shocked. I may, I may tell my BFF behind the scenes, but I, I will at least tell one behind the scenes. I won't shock you completely, Danielle, on the podcast. 'Cause, um, BFF gets BFF for budget, and yes, she's my BFF for 20 some on. Yes. So, for those of you who feel like committing suicide, which I don't recommend, um, Danielle, stick the suicide hotline in the show notes just in case people need it and because it is mental health day and it is uncertain times slash mental health day. So just in case you guys need it, then Yale will drop this episode of the artwork of CP as a bonus episode, and then she will also stick in the show notes the national hotline for suicide because we don't want anyone committing suicide. Nope, 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 nope. And have if you have issues with that, you can always come and talk to me. You can always come and find me and I'll lead you in the right direction. And there is actually a podcast called Therapy for Black Girls. And what Dr. Joyce Reed has done is she's an actual counselor. And what Dr. Joyce Reed has done is put together a directory state by state by state, and she's in Atlanta and I'm in Colorado, and she's put a directory together which has counselors in her state, my state, all over the states. So go check out Therapy for Black Girls, and I'll be Danielle will put the suicide number in the show notes, and then I will, if I can find it, I will put the podcast Therapy for Black Girls. I will also text that to Danielle and put that in the show notes as well. So not only do we have Thanksgiving, on a brighter note, happy Thanksgiving to my Canadian fans. On a brighter note, we don't know when this COVID monkey business is ending. And then on a sad note, we have talked about National Mental Health Day. Geez, how to end a episode on a sad note. I guess the only bright thing is you get to hear Danielle and I speak of where we want to be in our 30s and 40s. And yes, I said 40s. I um I don't think I have a midlife crisis. Yes, I think I already did my midlife crisis, but we'll see. Um, so I will be making two announcements um, related to this episode, and then we will keep supporting you guys. And I know for those of you that are going through the COVID situation, and for those of you who actually have COVID, I'm sorry. Number one, I'm sorry because I know it's a long term disability. Yeah, now considering COVID a long term disability because it will affect you for the rest of your life. So they're now considering that as a long term disability. And as I said, for those of you that don't have COVID and could celebrate Canadian Thanksgiving, enjoy Canadian Thanksgiving, and yes, and could we also spread the peanut butter on and take it out of Apple Podcasts, please? And as you're cooking the pumpkin pies and the turkeys and the chickens and everything else for Canadian Thanksgiving, because I doubt you're going out. I mean, I just spoke to a person in Canada this morning, right before I recorded this, and this is October 10th as we record this. And so, Canadian Thanksgiving is on the 12th and of October, yes. And so I just spoke to a person in Canada and she goes, COVID is ramping up here, and that was in the Toronto slash Sudbury slash every which way outside Toronto area, and so I doubt that people will be going out for Thanksgiving. So, as my point being, as you're trying to make sense of what you're going to do on Thanksgiving, and as you bake the turkeys and the chickens and everything else, could you please do me a favor and Danielle a favor? Could you please put the artwork of CP on the Amazon Smart Sticker? All you have to do is say, "Hey, Amazon Smart Speaker, open up Amazon Music and play Ask When, or play the artwork of CP, or play the amazing voices of teachers run by myself." And so, yeah. And so, would you please spread the peanut butter and jelly along, because iTunes is a jelly, but now we need a peanut butter to go along with the peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And so, as you make the weekend buy, you might as well listen to the artwork of CP, or the amazing voices of teachers, or Ask When on Miss Amazon Smart Speaker, because Miss Amazon Smart Speaker needs her love in the podcast. Well, and so that's all I'll say about that. Danielle, do you want to say anything else? And I have to replace. Thank you for following us. And we are blessed to have a fan base that loves us and supports us and shares and follows and everything else. And so, yeah, and so we're going to have some interesting things coming down the pike. I know that. And we're going to get, Danielle and I are in the process of reactivating Women of Wisdom on YouTube, um, the YouTube version of Ask When, because you people want a video. You people want me to be brave and get on video with you guys. So I put that in the hands of Danielle to transfer the name, and we're using the same email address that it's under, but we're going to try and transfer the name to Ask When, so you guys can see the video portion of Ask When. Obviously not today, because Danielle and I are in two separate places, but Danielle and I may do a video portion of starts with starts with CP, aka the sister to Ask Gwen, and every Monday morning. And so, because I'm pretty sure that you guys want to see Danielle and see me, so we're in the process of working on that. But for now, we're going to let you guys go scoot to those kitchen and start making stuff for Canadian Thanksgiving, and put the Amazon Smart Speaker to work. And so we're going to see you guys later, and we will also have starts with CP out for you guys. And so we're going to see you guys later. Bye, you guys.
Bye.